I have always wanted to give back, right, and especially give back in my community. You know, I was really blessed and privileged to grow up with two loving parents. I had a bunch of role models from family and coaches and advisors and teachers. You know, I just had a really supportive background, and I knew other people in my circles that didn't have that. You know, and I saw that they had just as much talent as me, but just because of the situation, the circumstances they were born into, you know, they didn't have the same opportunities that I did. And so I wanted to figure out a way that I can help serve, you know, kids that come from those circumstances. And so it was one night we were thinking about the names that we can, you know, that we could potentially name the foundation. And my dad had the idea of naming it the Big Yard Foundation. And he said that, and immediately we're like, yeah, that's it.
We don't look for trouble, we just have fun.
The Big Yard actually is a geographic reference to an area I lived in Jamaica. It's an island where humility is big and just enjoying what you have and being appreciative. If you needed something to eat or if you need your clothes washed, everybody was like your brother and sister. So that's what Big Yard is up to this day.
Big Yard means to me community, family, helping others, giving back. I remember when Paul and I were dating and talking about getting married and where we wanted to live and where we saw ourselves living. And we came over here and we loved North and Northeast Portland because we wanted to be with lots of diverse people, and it was really diverse 30 years ago. And you know, of course, we've seen a lot of change over the years of minorities being pushed out of the neighborhoods.
So the Big Yard Foundation supports community empowerment. And the way that we do that is through the pillars of literacy, creativity, and physical wellness. So we want to give back to communities that have been historically marginalized, especially the Black and brown communities here in North Portland. North Portland is where I grew up, and seeing the displacement of, you know, our people here in this region. And so thinking about ways to combat that really deterioration of community, that's what we want to address at the Big Yard.
I think it's important just to help the community with everything that's going on, bring people back together, especially in the world we live in today. It's good to give back, give to other people, especially when people are in times of need.
To me, Big Yard in one word means inclusiveness. I've been lucky enough to go out to Jamaica 4 or 5 times now, and each time I've visited my family at Big Yard, and it's just been open arms. It doesn't matter who it is, they don't know me that well, but they know I'm family, and it's going to be open arms and a meal on the table and whatever else they can provide you. And I think that's kind of the vision of our nonprofit as well, is just including everybody. It doesn't matter your race or how you grew up, where you came from. We're going to try to provide a space and whatever else it may be for kids to come together and be a part of the community.
Baby said she wanna ride till the wheels fall off in the midnight. They wanna ride out in the moonlight. They wanna ride out till we other side.
When we started the Big Yard Foundation in 2018, our first event that we had was a dodgeball tournament. The whole point of the dodgeball tournament was, one, obviously to have some fun, but two, also to unify the community that I grew up with. Having performances and having food and local vendors and just having a great vibe while you're playing dodgeball, and you're also raising money for a cause, and the cause was for literacy. And so we took the funds that we raised in that dodgeball tournament, and then we put it into a Books and Ballers event.
Big Yard puts on several events every year, and they're put on to either raise money or to give back to our communities. And so our idea is to get into the public schools, be able to do book fairs, and give kids books.
Thank you, Big Yard. Thank you, Big Yard.
We would love you to get involved in Big Yard Foundation. You can do that in many ways. I think the first and foremost is to donate to our cause. Also, if you'd love to help with Big Yard, we need volunteers. There's so many different ways in which you can help Big Yard.
Here at the Big Yard Foundation, we're working hard to empower our communities, and we want to continue to grow. We want to continue to expand our vision. So if you'd like to take part in that, we would love to have you contribute.